We're ready. All right, we're recording.
Hello, and welcome to the March 2025 West Virginia Entrepreneurship Ecosystem Call. We are live from Morgantown, West Virginia in my office. Amber is here visiting. We would like to start with sending some condolences out. So Amber, I'll let you start with that.
Yeah, we want to send our condolences to Mike Queen on the loss of his twin brother. And also, Mark, we want to send our condolences to the loss of your sister's grandmother after just hearing that. We know that's a hard thing for any family. And so sending our best to both of your families during these times. So appreciate everyone. We also have another important thing we want to quickly address at the front of the meeting.
Okay, so as you guys might remember, we brought up a recent West Virginia News article that was regarding the challenges for women entrepreneurs in West Virginia. We brought that up in the February call and we asked for contributions. So we wanted to let everyone know and to address the recent articles that just came out, and they were published in response from West Virginia News. So we want to thank, first of all, everyone that contributed to those articles. We did provide everything that we received, all the resources and the contacts to the reporter. However, we were unable to review the final articles, and some of the information was inaccurately reported and published.
And we've heard from a few of you, and we definitely echo your concerns. Like, we want to make sure everyone knows we remain committed to transparency and that we really believe in the positive contributions this group is making, and we want to make sure it's properly represented. So we plan to directly author and publish an op-ed that broadly speaks to the contributions of this group on entrepreneurial development. And so we'll take everything everyone has already contributed, but if you would like to share your perspective, we definitely welcome your involvement in that one that we'll directly author. Again, we want to thank everyone for your understanding. We know some of that has looked a little different than what was submitted, and we look forward to hearing from those interested in helping to craft this important follow-up. So,
yes. Yeah. And in other news, we'd like to say happy birthday to Mark Burdett.
Yay! Happy birthday! So that's our positive spin as we go into our agenda today. So happy birthday, everyone.
All right, now on the up and up, let's talk about Bridging Innovation Week. Yes, I love the chat with the happy birthdays from Mark.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to start with Bridging Innovation registration. We've already broken 100.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're looking good, but we need everyone that is planning to attend. Please go ahead and register. Jen is going to drop the links. We have different registration links for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So if you're attending different days, please make sure that you register.
Yep. And we want to make sure that everyone knows that you can't sign up for intentional collisions unless you register. So you'll want to get in early so you can get your slot with intentional collisions, and then check out your registration link for the signups for that. We've got some great partners that are giving their time to dedicate to entrepreneurs and others in the ecosystem that might need some support. So once you register, take a look and get registered for intentional collisions as well.
Yeah, and Jen is just sending one link, and that will get you to be able to see all of the different events throughout the week. And then we also wanted to mention for the hotel block, we are aware that the Bavarian Inn is booked up for all of the regular rooms. I believe they only had a couple of suites left. I personally just canceled 3 rooms. So if anyone was trying to get a regular room at the Bavarian Inn, there should be 3 available rooms. You do have to call and say that you're with Bridging Innovation Week. You cannot book those online. You do have to call the Bavarian Inn. And then we do have another hotel block.
Yep. The Hampton Inn in Charlestown is also has a block. So the Bavarian is pretty booked for Tuesday night, has some availability the other nights. Tara left 3. So if you call right now, we won't mind if you get off of the screen for a second to go get your slot. But otherwise, we want to make sure everyone gets registered and we get those hotels booked for bridging.
Perfect. All right. So let's get into our first partner spotlight. So Jenny, can you tell us about the Institute of Justice?
Sorry about that. Yes, I can. Hi, my name is Jenny McDonald, and I work at a national nonprofit based in Arlington, Virginia, called the Institute for Justice. And a big part of what we do and what we've been doing for over 30 years now has been advocating for entrepreneurs, both in the courts, in state legislatures, and in communities. So I wanted to share my screen to show you something that is not showing up, even though we tested it. Let's see. Sorry, everybody. There it is. Okay. All right. So I wanted to tell you a little bit about our Cities Work initiative and what we do to help break down regulatory barriers to entrepreneurship. Um, what we do at IJ and through our Cities Work initiative is partner with cities to help them identify and then rectify some of the regulatory barriers that entrepreneurs face when trying to open their business in their communities. So we help cities identify places where they can improve their permitting processes or maybe reduce fees, ease land use restrictions and things like that, so that we can all make sure that people who may not necessarily have access to the resources that it takes to hire architects and attorneys and things like that can still have an opportunity to start their business. So we partner with cities all over the country, everywhere from St. Louis to Fort Worth to Philadelphia. And we're doing a bunch of different projects there. And so what I wanted to make sure that we got to talk to you guys about today, not that, is our playbook. And so while we partner with these larger cities on these regulatory reform issues, we've also published a playbook that explains how we do what we do. So how we conduct regulatory research in order to figure out what the problems on the books are, how we engage with communities, which I know you all are experts in your ecosystem building world, and then how we combine all of that together to work with city officials in order to change the law. And so anybody who's interested in this playbook and sharing it with your city policymakers or anything like that can scan the QR code, and it'll take you to the digital version of our playbook. So you can read it, you can share it far and wide. We'd be really happy just to see it in the hands of as many different people as possible. And we would love to talk to you all more. And if you want to drop me a line and let me know some of the regulatory hurdles that entrepreneurs in your communities are dealing with, we'd love to know about them, because we will be speaking at Bridging Innovation Week. And so we would love to be able to talk about as many local issues in West Virginia as possible. So anything that you think really needs to be addressed, we would love to hear about that. Yeah, that's all I have. I want to make sure I leave time for everybody else.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And we will definitely put a link to that in the follow-up email as well. Okay, so we have a couple highlights on Bridging Innovation Week activities that are taking place. So as Jenny mentioned, the Institute for Justice, or the Institute of Justice, will be there to talk a little bit about their programming. So Max, you want to talk to us a little bit about the Monday workshop that you all are leading?
Absolutely, guys. So on Monday, we're hosting a workshop on business succession. As many of you guys know, that is a big issue nationwide with the demographic shift we're seeing from the boomers to future generations. But in West Virginia, that's a particularly damning issue, largely because, yes, we have an older population, but two, we also have a lack of an upcoming generation to take these businesses over. So really what we're trying to do with this workshop is, one, bring awareness to the problem, two, educate. So here are your resources. And then three is highlight the opportunity, because one thing that West Virginia is doing better and better at is highlighting the opportunity around early stage ventures and the capital backing that. But a lot of people don't know the phrase entrepreneurship through acquisition. And so West Virginia is ripe for people to come in to existing businesses with a lower risk profile, take over, and still have a really good financial opportunity. So that's kind of the word that we want to get out across West Virginia, because we do have such an issue across the state. And in the workshop, we'll be highlighting people like business brokers and bankers and other lenders, accountants. We'll have business owners there, capital providers, the whole ecosystem, because what a lot of these business owners don't know is the process can be fairly complex and overwhelming to a lot of these people that just have a certain skill or trade. And so what we want to do is bring light to that issue. And that's what our workshop will be handling.
All right, perfect. Thanks, Max. We are looking forward to that. So we have another workshop on Monday. Doc is not able to join today, so Jen is going to tell us about that workshop.
Absolutely. So at the same time as Max's session, Building Black Business in West Virginia will be taking place simultaneously, but obviously, we know that different people will have different interests. This session is not quite, the agenda has not been finalized yet. It may begin earlier in the day, but basically what is the day is going to be filled with, there's going to be information on the state of Black business in West Virginia, Last year, if you attended last year and you came to the Building Black Business, which was a Seeds for Growth event, you heard from Dr. Clint Arnold. He's going to be back sharing, what does success look like for Black entrepreneurs? There's going to be a panel discussion about navigating the current political environment. And then Doc has also been working with Jamila Jones and Jacqueline Schaus on just connecting with the area around Shepherdstown, their work in that area. So the afternoon and the rest of the day looks like using social enterprises to build business, and then economic development through cultural tourism. And Doc speaks very highly of the Roz group that's going to be joining. And what they may be doing is building out a longer, kind of more in-depth session for the cultural tourism. So look for that. If you're interested, I'll drop the link. Registration for both of the pre-conference, both Max and Building Black Businesses pre-conference sessions are in that registration, but more will be coming soon. There were a couple things Doc was finalizing, and then we were trying to get the times pinned down. So that session is going to start either first thing in the morning or at lunch, and then go until the end of the day.
Right. Thank you. Appreciate that. Hate that Doc couldn't be here, but he's stuck in Indianapolis at a meeting. He called us frantically right before, so appreciate you stepping in on that. And then the last partnership we want to highlight as part of Bridging Innovation Week is CRAN. So Ashley, can you tell us a little bit about what Country Roads Angel Network is doing at Bridging this year?
Right, so we're going to have our annual member meeting Wednesday, April 30th. And it is going to run from about 8 until noon. I think we had discussed even wrapping up by 11 because I know there's some afternoon activities going on. We don't have an agenda solidified, but we are expecting to have a few pitches and some networking. We're still trying to nail down a guest speaker, so stay tuned for that. But if you'd like to RSVP, please shoot me an email. I will put that in the chat. Some of you probably have seen calendar invites, but more broad invitations will be going out this week. So we hope you can join us.
Awesome. We're looking forward to that. Thank you so much, Ashley. All right, Nikki, we heard that the SBA is hosting Small Business Quick Care Fridays. Tell us about that.
Yes, thank you. I think I know a lot of you, but if I don't know you, I'm Nikki Bomar. I'm the Public Affairs Specialist for the SBA West Virginia District Office. Thanks for letting me talk about our new training session, Small Business Quick Care. We have found that it can be a little bit intimidating to schedule a one-on-one session with us or even email us just about one little question. So we decided to hold a weekly session where anyone can jump on, or you can come into our office and get your questions answered quickly. So every Friday from 12 to 1, a team of our specialists will be able to answer your questions from counseling to contracting, and of course, our most popular, access to capital. Those interested can join us virtually or in person at our district office in Clarksburg or our branch office in Charleston. You can reserve your spot. Just go to sba.gov/WV and find the training located on our training schedule. And I also encourage you to sign up for our email updates at sba.gov/updates, and I'll drop the information in the chat. Thanks.
Perfect. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. And what a great resource for entrepreneurs. I just joked in the you guys are all benefiting from me not being able to do a timer today because I just cannot manage it with my little brain. So I apologize. There's no timers. So Todd, you want to tell us a little bit about the SBDC workshops you guys have coming up?
Sure. Thank you. Thanks, Amber. I don't know about you all, but maybe I missed the Grammy music today. Well, maybe I'm not speaking for
Todd, I'm happy to start it for you if you would like.
Oh, thanks. Thanks very much. Well, let me tell you about what we're hosting here. We're supporting APIS Communications with an event that we're hosting in the month of May. Let me share my screen here in just a minute. It'll come up. But it's a 3-part series that's geared around marketing. And we know that there's a big gap when it comes to small businesses, not just helping them develop a marketing plan, but what happens after they develop that marketing plan, putting something into action. So we're supporting small businesses in doing that. We have a 3-part workshop that we're going to be engaging in the month of May. The information is there on your screen. I'll put my contact information in the chat as well. But post meeting, what will happen is they can engage with APIS and have 4 hours of one-on-one coaching. So that's really where the value is, where they can get assistance after the workshop. You notice that there's a cost associated with it, but the big thing here is that they may be eligible for technical assistance grant funding to help cover that cost. So if they're interested in that, which I would think that they would be, please point them in my direction. I'm able to help them assist in applying for that. And in most cases, all that would apply, or most that would apply, would be eligible for that. So just glad to present this. And again, no music today, so I'm pretty much done anyway. Thank you all.
I think that was perfect timing.
I can sing if you need.
Well, that'd be nice.
All right, thanks, Todd. That's awesome. We're looking forward to those workshops. All right, next up, Alexander, are you on to talk about Discover Marion? Okay, all right. But we will follow up and see if we can get that on the agenda for the next one if Alexander is able to join then. So I'm going to kick it over to Kim. Would you like to tell us who the Spark West Virginia finalists are?
Yes, of course. Thank you so much, Tara. Hello, everyone. My name is Kim Zirk. I'm a program manager with the Adventure Group, and I'm so excited to share an update on this year's Spark West Virginia competition. So if you've been following along, you know that this has been such an inspiring journey. It's definitely highlighted the creativity and entrepreneurial spirit of students all across West Virginia. We started out with 120 entrepreneurs from 20 counties, working to develop 81 innovative business ideas. And after so much hard work and dedication through the first 2 rounds, we are absolutely thrilled to announce the top 6 teams from each track that have earned a final spot in the final round of the competition. So congratulations to these finalists. I just posted them in the chat. These finalists will advance to the final live round on April 30th, where they will pitch their business ideas in front of a panel of judges during the Bridging Innovation Week's competition day. We did want to say a huge thank you to everyone that has contributed to this year's competition, and we just wanted to take a special moment to recognize our amazing judges. Their time, expertise, and support have absolutely made this event possible, and we cannot thank you enough. So I'll be dropping their names in the chat. If you could also please join me in showing our utmost appreciation to these just outstanding judges. If you'd like to learn more about Spark West Virginia and our finalists, I'll also share a link to our blog in the chat. And that's all I have for today. Thank you all so much, and I hope to see you at Bridging Innovation Week.
Awesome. Thanks, Kim. And we are excited to see the Spark West Virginia finalists and looking forward to seeing them live at Bridging Innovation Week. All right, next up, Jason, can you tell us about the Rural Entrepreneurship Symposium Call for Contributions?
Yeah, hi everyone. I am a visitor from Maine for your group, and it's great to be here. I work a lot with colleagues at West Virginia State and at West Virginia University, and I will be in Charleston this summer actually for a different conference, not the one I'm here to talk about, but looking forward to being in West Virginia for Country Roads. Today, I wanted to highlight the USASB Rural Entrepreneurship Symposium. So USASB is the U.S. Association for Small Business and Entrepreneurship, the premier organization for entrepreneurship education and research. We have a special interest group for both rural entrepreneurship and one for agricultural entrepreneurship, and we'll be hosting the 2nd annual symposium. The great thing about this symposium that I want to highlight for you all is if you go to the call for abstract submission about middle of the page that I just sent, we actually have 2 tracks that are specifically made to include in this community of practice. Those of you who are coordinating and in building entrepreneurial ecosystems. So we have an innovative programming rural entrepreneurship track. And then we have an entrepreneurship in rural industries track. And both of those, if you look at the call for abstracts, are really spaces where we encourage entrepreneurial ecosystem coordinators and practitioners to come and be part of building this community of practice by sharing innovative programs that you are engaged in, or sharing unique business models, unique industry trends that you are seeing with businesses. So there is room both for the entrepreneurs that you work with to attend and participate in this conference and connect with various people in rural entrepreneurship space, as well as those of you who are doing programming with entrepreneurs. There are 2 other tracks. One is more research and one is classroom teaching, but wanted to highlight those for you. Abstracts are about 200 words and they are due April April 1st online. So those are the key dates for you to mark in your calendar if you would like to join us all in Ames, Iowa at the Iowa State University campus. We have a great group. Last year, this was held in Vermont for the first one, and it was probably one of the best conferences I've ever been to because it's small, it's intimate, it's a group of those of us across various spaces like me in research and in extension, cooperative extension, that are really thinking about issues that rural entrepreneurs face.
Awesome. Thank you. Very excited about that. And what better state to represent rural than West Virginia?
And we appreciate Jason just ran across campus to make this class, to just do this announcement. So just
I'm
want to
teaching my entrepreneurship class.
Oh, okay. We love it. So we appreciate
the hustle.
the literal hustle out
The
here.
literal hustle here. All right. So you guys remember a few calls previously, we had a job posting for University of Charleston's Innovation Center, and we're delighted to introduce a new hire. So Russ and Jim, you want to say hello?
Good afternoon. Jim Lenzenmeyer, calling from the University of Charleston Downtown Innovation Hub, where we're conducting one of our sessions for our accelerator program. And this afternoon, we're hosting a Fail Fest with Brian Joseph at Touchstone, amongst others, to talk about, hey, what did they learn from their failures? And that'll be at the Innovation Center right on campus. But again, 6.5 days into this role. Some of you all I had met previously in my previous almost 6 years with the West Virginia Department of Economic Development, where I covered the eastern part of the state. So it's great to be back closer to home, my family in Huntington and Charleston, and it's great to be at the University of Charleston. And I'll drop my contact information in the chat, and certainly please stop by either the on-campus facility or the Downtown Innovation Hub right downtown at the corner of Lee and Capitol Streets.
Perfect. We're looking forward to seeing you, Jim. All right. So next up, special guest, Amber.
It's me.
Can you tell us what's the update? Is there something to say about the RFI for Bridging Innovation Week 2026?
Yeah, sure. Just a quick reminder. I know we've sent out so many different things, but if your host site or your community is interested in hosting Bridging Innovation Week 2026, the request for information is due by this Friday. So if you want to put that in, we'd love to have, we like to share it across the state. So if you're interested, just a reminder, if you are working on it, that's due this Friday for the request for information. So thank you. And then I'm going to throw it over. We have another awesome competition coming up, the tank. So Marla, do you want to take it? Is it Marla, or did you find Adam?
No, unfortunately, I am not Adam Round.
That's okay.
I want to be.
Marla's here today.
Hey guys, we are so excited. 2 years ago, you let us have some space, and we talked about a concept that we had called the tank. This is year 3. And the biggest announcement is we are opening up to North Central West Virginia. The last 2 years, we have just held it kind of within Harrison County to help foster and promote our competition. Are you good? Can you hear me? Okay. So this year, with the help of our committee, and Todd is on that committee, we decided to open the competition up to all of North Central West Virginia. You'll be able to go onto our website, www.harrisoncountychamber.com. There's a tab called the tank. The rules, the application are there. It's going to be bigger and better than ever before. We still have the $10,000 cash prize that they get to walk away with. Plus, thanks to our generous members of the chamber, they donate their time and mentorship. So that entire prize package is worth about $40,000. The best part about it is WVOY will film their pitches before the actual contest. And after the contest is over, they get to use that pitch video however they need to use it on social media. We have a fan favorite, so we need butts in the seat. People come on out on November the 12th. It's actually the day after Veterans Day, so any veterans with military ID will be admitted free that night. We've got some high school scholarships to give away. Triple H Enterprise is donating $2,500 for 5 $500 scholarships, and I can't go without saying thank you to Adam Rao. He has been our title sponsor for 3 years now. He took that leap of faith and said he would title sponsor for $5,000. So we could not have been here where we are at without all of our members. But Adam, we especially really, truly appreciate for everything he's done. Mike Queen is our MC, so you know it's going to be a good event with Mike there. And in the past, we've had judges like Mitch Carmichael, April Call, Ben Queen has been a judge. So everybody mark their calendar. November the 12th. We are in March. Robinson Grant, it's only $10 to get into the event, and the whole $10 goes towards the fan favorite. So check us out.
Awesome. Thanks, Marla. I have been to that event and it is phenomenal. You guys do such an incredible job. So thanks for keeping that going.
Thank you.
All right. So next up, Landon, you are holding it down for the Secretary of State's Corner this month. What do you have for us?
Yeah, thanks for letting me stand in for Mike. Hasn't been officially released yet, but just a sneak peek of the February new business report. As of this morning, our office is reporting 1,202 total registrations for the month of February. Pleasants County led the state in new business growth, and Berkeley County led the state in the total number of new registrations. So be on the lookout for that official report here soon in the next week or so. For the existing businesses, just a reminder, file your annual reports before that June 30th deadline. It'll be here before you know it. And then for folks that have been paying attention to business news, last week, the Trump administration announced that the beneficial ownership information reporting requirements established under the Corporate Transparency Act are currently suspended. It appears as if businesses can still file voluntarily. No penalties for non-filers or late filers are being issued at this time. Secretary Warner is committed to keeping businesses in the loop on this ongoing situation. So we have a landing page on our website that we're going to keep updated. So I'll drop a link in the chat, but we encourage businesses that want to know more to just stay tuned for that landing page. And then while you're on our website, also, we have virtual appointments that are now available with our business specialists. So if you want a one-on-one with a business specialist of your choosing, similar format to Zoom, just like this, you know, webcams, mics, just a really personal touch to our customer service in the business office. That's also available on our website. So we encourage you to check that out. I'll include a link to the virtual appointment scheduler in the chat. So that's it.
Great. Thanks so much, Landon. Appreciate ya. So we have exciting news. Myself and Mark will be representing the ecosystem at the International Business Innovation Association conference coming up at the beginning of April. We're going to be talking about the rural contributions to ecosystem building that West Virginia has made, and we're partnered with South Africa. So we're going to represent Tara in our stead in this whole community. So Mark, I'm really excited to do that with you, and we want to throw it over to you now for any updates on Business Link and the SBDC.
I appreciate that. Well, how about Tara and Amber? How you guys have trained us to get it done in 2 minutes without a timer.
Need the timer
Everybody's
anymore.
done a great job today. Everybody has done a fantastic job today. So just a quick announcement. We have set a date for the first Resource Partner Quarterly meeting, March 25th, 2 p.m. We're going to do our first dry run. More details will come out as far as how to register for that, but I just want to give you that date and time so you guys can mark your calendars. I just posted there in the chat, and we're going to get moving on working with the resource partners directly, getting them more engaged in Business Link and getting feedback and all that sort of good stuff. So hope you guys can join for the very first one. We'll meet and talk about future quarterly, whatever time works best for you guys. So that will be great. The other thing I wanted to share with you real quick, I want to share my screen, make sure I do this right. I did want to let folks know that I had the honor to represent the state of West Virginia, the Small Business Development Center, and the ecosystem as a whole. I just kind of think it's all one big happy family. A couple of weeks ago, I was invited to go to Washington, D.C. to present along with Nathan Oley and a couple of other folks. Shirley Moore Capito, our senator, her leadership award for the EDA reauthorization So we actually got to spend 20 minutes with her in the office, talk to her about all the great things that the ecosystem is doing, and encourage her to continue to support for entrepreneurship. She already has it on her mantle up here, and got a cool selfie there with the captain in the background. But just wanted to mention that good vibes were sent to Washington on behalf of all the great work that you guys do. And I was really honored to have that opportunity to be invited to attend. And last announcement, would like to introduce our new state director at the SBDC, Will Miller. I'm going to put him on the spot, but he is officially our new state director here at the SBDC. We're so excited to have him and his leadership. So I am going to put him on the spot. If he does want to say a quick, you only have 10 seconds, man. If you want to say anything about this wonderful accomplishment.
I'm just really excited to be leading such a great team. It's a great job to have to work with such great, wonderful people. And I think 10 seconds is probably enough of me for everybody's sake. So thank you.
I didn't want to make it too rough for you, man.
Nailed it. All right. Thanks, Will. Congratulations, Will. And thank you, Mark. We love the updates. Okay. So Michelle, any updates from the Entrepreneurship Corner, the Investment Collaborative? We're excited to see what you guys have cooked up for Bridging Innovation Week.
Yeah, thanks, Amber. And thanks, Tara. First and foremost, there is a link that you guys are going to put in there for me, because I can never grab it while I'm doing this, that if you have somebody that has a business or is looking to start a business or is stuck on their business, have them fill that out. It's not necessarily an application that you have to come on here. It's an application to get you into the system and connected to the resources. And I will be your first contact. And so as a matter of fact, it worked out great. We were able to connect with somebody today who just had some questions about prototyping, and we were able to make that connection. And then hopefully they will come back into this call later on and tell you all about the wonderful product that they're creating. So be sure, if you have anybody that just needs to have some extra help, fill out that link. At Bridging Innovation, we are actually going to be hosting 2 sessions, and Tech Connect West Virginia is going to help with that hosting. And the first one is going to be a panel of entrepreneurs. And that entrepreneur panel is going to tell everybody in the audience about their journey, who they worked with, best practices, lessons learned, things they wish they had have known before they started, and everything else that's entirely important to brand new entrepreneurs and those that are already in business. Then right after that, we're going to host a workshop with the 7 funders that were part of our January webinar. And we're going to help you on your pitches. We're not going to teach you how to pitch. We're going to teach you how to successfully pitch to get the money. And so those questions that need to be answered, that the 7 funders want to have answered, those questions, as well as what are we looking for in a pitch? What makes a pitch successful for us? And so we're going to walk through that. So I hope everybody will come and be part of our sessions at Bridging Innovation, and share that link, fill it out so everybody can be on here.
Perfect. Thanks, Michelle. I'm actually sharing it with several students from the West Virginia State Science Fair that are interested in patents. So I'm going to get you some kiddos too, but they need some support too. Speaking of successful funding and entrepreneurship that has engaged with the Investor Collaborative, Ateus, what's going on with Mooter Health?
Thank you, Amber and Tara. Can you all hear me all right? I apologize. But I just wanted to take a moment to thank a lot of the familiar faces I saw here today for all the support leading up to this point, and also just thank you to everyone that is maybe not familiar to me, because it seems like there's just incredible work going on within this space. But my name is Ateus Agarwal. I am one of the co-founders of Mooter Health, which, our mission and goal is to end the silent suffering. So we're in the space of behavioral health and digital health with our technology platform that we've built up at this point. So we started around 2 years ago. First year was a lot of kind of building and working with our very first customer and figuring out, really what the problem is, being very customer centric there. And then in the past year, we've seen an immense amount of growth and product market geography fit. So we've grown to around $600,000 in revenue and to 18,000 patients within the Appalachian. Super exciting for us. So exciting that we're looking to raise right now. So we're raising $5 million on a safe note. And, kind of point of me being on the call is to really share that we're interested in investors and people that really share at least a fraction of the enthusiasm that we have for the mission and what we're trying to do within Mooter. So really great partners and that are going to be, eventually investors for us too. So, I'll put my contact information in the chat right after this. And I'll have to bounce off to my next meeting. But please feel free to reach out if you find passion in what we're trying to do and any intrigue at all. I'll put my number and thank you.
Perfect. Thanks, Ateas. Looking forward to seeing you at Bridging Innovation Week. And yeah, $5 million raise. Let's go.
Let's do it.
All right. So our last speaker of the call today will be our entrepreneurship spotlight. So I'm going to turn it over to Tafara with Creative Studios.
All right, thank you. I'm going to share my screen real quick. All right, can you see the screen?
Yep, we can see.
All right, perfect. All right, so thank you, Tara. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tafara, and I'm the founder of Creative Studios, and we're on a journey to simplify livestock management for small and medium-scale farmers around the world. Our software farmers tool is aiming to address challenges that a lot of farmers, small and medium-scale, are facing with livestock data management. Livestock farmers are spending up to 20 hours weekly working on pen and paper records, or if using a software, finding it complicated or too expensive to use for their use cases. Misplacing records or record errors are costing farmers up to $5,000 annually. And 68% of global livestock farmers still rely on outdated paper-based methods or needing multiple subscriptions for different operations, which can cost an additional $1,200 a year. Farmers Too has simplified this for livestock farmers with our web app and mobile application that is designed for the farmer with the help of the farmers. The user face allows for a 1 to 2 button click to add, edit, or upload records, making data entry a lot faster compared to old methods or current complex solutions available on the market. Our software is also cloud hosted with an automatic backup in multiple regions around the world with an offline capability, which allows farmers to not worry about losing their data, and the records can be accessed anytime in the day. The Farmers Tool software will also be an all-in-one platform, which aims to reducing the number of subscriptions each farmer needs to fully streamline their operations. With additional features like financial tracking, asset management, task and reminders, an online marketplace, invoice and receipt generator, these features will allow elimination of up to 4+ additional subscriptions, which is supposed to save farmers an additional $1,200 a year. Throughout our developing process, we are in constant communication with livestock farmers, not only gathering pain points and software requirements, we are building traction and validating product idea for each feature we're building. We have interviewed over 80+ livestock farmers around the world in different regions, and we've had 95% validation rate for the product and the features, and 40+ farmers are ready to test the MVP once we launch it. Our revenue model is going to consist of 3 different revenue streams. We're going to be doing subscriptions, which will be 90% of all the revenue. We're going to have an online marketplace transaction fees, which is estimated to grow about 12% in year 5. And we're also going to be doing marketplace targeted ads for those that are going to be using the marketplace, which is expected to grow by 10% in year 5. The graph on the right is going to illustrate the total revenue growth from the year that we launch in December 2025 all the way through to 2030. The market opportunity, the total addressable market for this, we have 250 million global small and medium scale livestock farmers with a total potential of about $30 billion. The serviceable addressable market is about 35.4 million livestock farmers, with a total potential of about $4.2 billion. The market that we're able to service will go up to about 4,700 farmers, which can get us to an AAR of 564,000. With the market opportunity numbers in mind, we are seeking a $25,000 investment. The investment will go towards finishing building the mobile app and doing some marketing campaigns and paying for the AI services that we're going to integrate with the app. And the bottom left shows the breakdown of the use of the funds, which should go through software development, marketing, some operation support, and all the cloud and AI. We plan on releasing the first MVP in May and improve the app from the user feedback, and then fully launch it in December, and estimate to be breaking even on profit by March of 2026. With a $25,000 investment, this would give us a runway of about 9 months with a burn rate of about $2,600 a month. After we fully launch in December of 2025, our break-even threshold will be about 174 users, which we estimate to happen around the time of March 2026. It will cost us about $2.50 to acquire new farmers on our platform, with a lifetime value of about $600 over a 5-year period. And this is a quick overview of my background. I got my bachelor's in information systems management and business admin from Fairmont State, and I have 6+ years working in an IT role at an enterprise level, doing system integration, system admin, some IT support. And I've worked for a SaaS startup for 3+ years doing different technical support roles. And I founded Creative Studios in 2024. And this is my contact information. If you do want to visit the Farmers 2 website, you can scan the QR code. Or if you want to reach out to me, you can grab my contact information. Other than that, thank you so much for your time. Again, my name is Tafara, and I'm with Creative Studios. Thank you.
Awesome, incredible. What a great app. I know there's been several resources dropped in the chat for you to check out. And so if anybody's interested in connecting to provide some direct contacts, that would be great as well. So thank you, Tafara.
Thank you so much.
Eric, I feel like you've been ready to talk about your veteran pitch that you put in the chat initially and your enthusiasm. I just want to thank you for it. So do you want to talk a little bit about the pitch you dropped in earlier in the call that's coming up?
Well, sure. Well, thank you very much. First of all, I appreciate being engaged here with everyone and learning about all the amazing resources in West Virginia. As you can see, I'm veteran savvy, working here with the West Virginia Department of Agriculture, Veterans and Heroes to Ag program. And real quick, we have this amazing pitch competition coming up this weekend. I'll drop some more info in there if I need to, but I think what I shared was good enough, I hope. We've got some great memberships here in West Virginia supporting agriculture. I shared some agriculture data there for some folks to check out. But we've got about 500 members in our program, which we're excited to work on this $60,000 pitch program. That's a lot of money to be had. We have finalized 7 of our members. Freedom Farm, they're doing some natural syrup operations and black walnut syrup. 3B Farms, they're doing some fencing for some fruit production. Trillium, they're doing some agritourism, looking for a snow plow that can do some efforts out on their cabin area. Harvest Trails are doing some locally produced items. Freeze dried all the way to nut production. And we've got Mallory's Fresh Produce, looking to do a roadside produce stand in Fairmont, and Grandma T's Christmas trees, doing some more agritourism and farming. And who doesn't love honey, but West Virginia Honey Mountain Farm, doing some quality genetic queen bee rearing. So a lot of great stuff going on there, and look forward to engaging even more at some of the upcoming events. And thanks for letting me share.
Awesome. That was a lovely update. Thank you so much. We love to hear it. So looking forward, we hope to see you at Bridging Innovation Week and get engaged with all we can continue to share resources. All right. Well, we have a couple of minutes left. Does anyone else have anything that they'd like to share with the ecosystem?
Be sure to drop links if you want anything put in the follow-up email in the chat as well.
I know, Tara, you have something to share. You gotta tell people what you did this weekend, this past weekend.
Oh my God. I did a TED Talk, TEDx WVU talk, and talked about entrepreneurship. And of course, I gave shout outs to the West Virginia entrepreneurship ecosystem, and Spark and Ignite and Bridging Innovation Week. So yeah, all things entrepreneurship at all times. And thank you, Mark, for coming and supporting me.
It was really good. Hey, for those of you that don't know, she talks about spelling bees, and I was gonna put her on the spot and ask her to spell entrepreneurship today on our call, but she said she would actually die. So I'm not going to do that. I'm not gonna do that.
All right, gang. Okay, well, if no one has anything else, we'll call it a meeting.
Yeah, I'll wrap her up.
All right, make sure to go register for Bridging Innovation Week, and we will see you in April.
All right, guys. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks.